Welcome, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of the 747 Festival. This is my surf band, the KILLIFISH, starring Jeff Berman, now on the drums. You met him last night. And Hollis Greathouse, who's been behind the mixing board all week so far. He's now playing 6-string bass. And I'm so excited for this. We've been playing together as a band longer than any of these other projects. We've been together, I think, about 2 years, something like that. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks to everyone who joined yesterday and for all the sweet comments. I read everyone, and thank you for all that. Everyone who donated too, thank you so much. So glad you're here, and I hope you enjoy us. We are the KILLIFISH. All right, gents, shall we? Friends, welcome everybody. That was called The Second Swell. We are the KILLIFISH, and it's so nice to be here. It's the 3rd day of the 747 Festival, and tonight we have a surf rock. We are called the KILLIFISH. The KILLIFISH, if you look them up, if you Google KILLIFISH, they were the first fish in space. They were, in fact, taken aboard, I think it might have been Skylab, possibly, and they actually had a happy life. They survived. They were having a great old time up in orbit. So the KILLIFISH have always been heroes of mine, and I figured it was time to create a band after them. All right, let's do one called, this is called Box the Compass. And everything tonight is original. There's a couple things that were written by other people, but most of this stuff was written by us. This one is called Box the Compass. Are we good? All right, Box the Compass. Box the Compass that was. And welcome if you're just joining us. This is day 3 of the 747 Festival, and we are the KILLIFISH. Right, again, that song was called Box the Compass. Now we're going to do a song. This is actually the very first song we played together. We got together for the first time, it might have been 2 years ago, a year and a half, 2 years ago, in Jeff's attic. And first thing we played was this song. It's called Stella Mare. And Stella Mare means star of the sea, basically. But it has a couple meanings. It can mean starfish, or it can mean like, you'll see it in churches sometimes, actually. Stella Mare, it's like star of the sea, like a saint, Saint Mary, the Virgin. To protect sailors, Stella Mare. So let's do this one. We're going to slow things down for you a little bit now. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Very much appreciated. And as I've mentioned the other days, I'm not seeing your comments now. You may be used to me seeing your comments and responding, but I read every single one of them afterwards, so I appreciate everything you're saying to me, and we'll catch up afterward. All right, this is called Stella Mare. was called Stella Mare, again, Star of the Sea. I love that song. I've always loved it. We've played it like almost every rehearsal will start with that tune, just like chill out, get out on the waves, check out the temperature, check out the swells. We're going to do kind of a funny tune. We're going to move to 6/8 now, if you don't mind, so brace yourself. This one is, after I wrote it, it has kind of a funny title. It's a song about a hat. And I decided to call it Casual Dance Fez. And the reason it's called that, not that it's a great reason, but it's a reason, the Casual Dance Fez. After I wrote this, I realized it reminded me of three different artists. It reminded me of a little bit of Jeff Beck, a little bit of the band Shellac, and a little bit of the band Morphine, and Mark Sandman, who played a two-string slide bass. And so the title Casual Dance Fez is a little bit of an anagram of those three bands, kind of distantly. It somehow seemed to fit, and it's all about a hat. Again, this is called Casual Dance Fez. The casual dance fez. Don't forget the casual part. It's very important when choosing headwear. Welcome to everyone who's just joining us now. If you're just popping on, this is day 3 of the 747 Festival. We've got 4 days left after this, which I can hardly believe. And every day from Audible Images Studio. It looks a little bit different tonight, thanks to Deborah, who's manning the lights and the camera. So thank you so much for that. Yay, we finally got lights going on. And once again, we got Jeff Berman on the drums, Hollis Greathouse on the bass. And joining us tonight behind the soundboard, Ben. And I'll remember your last name by the end of our set. Sorry, my friend. Sorry about that. You can pipe in and actually announce yourself. You can pipe in.
I'm Ben Nicholson. I'm happy to be here and happy to be helping.
Nicholson, my man. I'm so sorry about that. Ben Nicholson.
No problem.
Manning the boards right now while Hollis moves over to the 6-string bass. So thanks, man. Sorry about that. All right, we're going to move on now to, this is a song called Horse Latitudes. And a lot of these songs are very, very vague in the arrangement. That last song was one where it was very set. We know what we're doing. Even when Jeff decides to turn the beat completely upside down, we still know what we're doing. We try to follow, but the structure is set. It's like most songs. It's set. There's some other songs like Stella Mare, a number of the other ones we play where it's really an open format. We don't know how we're going to start. We don't know how it's going to end. In the middle, we might know a couple of the parts we play, but it's really up to us each time to decide how we play it. And this is one of the songs like that. It's called Horse Latitudes. It's very just kind of open, and we kind of just follow each other through the tune. So I hope you like this one. It's called Horse Latitudes. course, Latitudes. Once again, we are the Killifish, and this is the third day of the 747 Festival. I'm going to play something now that I think this is our newest. Yes, I think this is absolutely our newest song. Just a couple months old, if I remember correctly. It's called "Prevailing Westerly." It's a song about a wind, about a breeze, about something the sailors depended on very much. So this is called "Prevailing Westerly." Another quieter one for you. Prevailing Westerly, and that's Hollis Greathouse on the 6-string bass there. I love that melody. He wrote that. I love that. I love that melody in there. All right, so once again, I'll just say for anyone popping on right now that we are the KILLIFISH. Jeff Berman on the drums also, and we feel like we're a real part of Pittsburgh and a part of the Pittsburgh surf scene, which may be kind of funny since we are a landlocked city. In fact, but we have rivers. We have rivers. But even so, there's a lot of great surf music here, and I'm going to give a shout out just to some of the local bands that have played with us when we started. I think we played. I don't know if we played 10 times, 7 or 8 times, something like that, before the pandemic came down. But just had a lot of support from other bands, the Turbosonics, Vertigo Go, the Maverick Hodads, the High Frequencies were another band that we played with several times. And surf music really began in the 60s with people like Dick Dale and the Ventures, and so many other great bands. And it's always primarily been instrumental music, which is what really motivated me to explore it. I like instrumental music as well as vocal music, and surf music usually is instrumental. And it always has this real twangy guitar sound that I've always loved, and a lot of echo and reverb effects like that. But then beyond that, it's very experimental. It's always going all kinds of direction, even in the 60s and now. There's so many other great bands that are taking it new directions, and hopefully we're taking it in a new direction too. So I just want to give a shout out to those bands. I want to play a song now that was a little bit inspired by the Turbosonics, a local band. They did a version of a Dick Dale tune called Nitro, which is just a killer song. And the Turbosonics, to me, took it like beyond even where Dick Dale took it. I just love the version. And I wanted to create something kind of as cool as that. I don't know if I've achieved it, but that inspired me. That kicked me in the butt to try to write something cool like that. And we're going to play another little snippet of a tune first that you may recognize. A little bit of a cop show theme from way back when. It has a special meaning for me this week. Some of you know what I'm talking about. This is the scene. This is the theme. Let me turn my guitar on. All right, we'll do the theme from Hawaii 5-0, and then we'll go into something I call the Gearhead Stomp. I've been calling it Gearhead to those guys, but it's the Gearhead Stomp. That's what it is right now. All right. Hope you enjoy this one, guys. First, Hawaii 5-0, and then we'll go into the Gearhead Stomp. All right. right, that goes out to my friends in talk closer to Mike. Okay, I make sure. Sorry if you couldn't hear me before. That goes out to my friends, the Turbosonics, who inspired that. Hawaii 5-0, which inspired all kinds of things. Again, we got Jeff Berman on the drums, Hollis Greathouse on the bass. We are nearing the end of our set, which makes me sad because I'm having so much fun here. And just so you know, if you are hopping on right now, this is the 747 Festival, a different musical style, a different project every night right here. Tomorrow is going to be the weird night. Tomorrow is where I bring a 4-track cassette player and a micro cassette dictaphone, and I improvise and create tape loops and change pitch and a lot of different stuff. It's going to be a whole soundscape thing, no songs, just improvising. So I hope you like that. It'll be something completely different. Thursday will be my indie rock band, Sister in Buckets. I'll be singing then with Heather Kropf on vocals, joining these two guys again. Friday is the Daryl Shawn combination, which is more instrumental rock, a very high gain, kind of off the rails kind of thing. Whole different ball game from this right here. And Saturday, the very last one will be me solo on solo guitar. A lot of you folks probably have only seen me do that. So back to the acoustic guitar for that one. All right, right now we're gonna do an old folk tune. This is again one of the few songs this week that's not original music. This is a song that I often play on solo guitar, and it's one that I really love playing as a band too. And it's good for this band because it's actually a sea shanty. It goes way back and something that the sailors would sing while winding up the rigging, dropping the anchor, and all that. This is called Shenandoah, and it's really one of my favorite songs of all time, and it's always fun to play this one. So guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Just got a couple more tunes for you, and this here is Shenandoah. This song was called Shenandoah. It's really one of my favorite tunes of all time, Shenandoah. So guys, we have one more song. I really hate to say that because I'm enjoying myself so very much. But once again, let me introduce Jeff Berman on the drums. You'll be seeing more of him this week. Hollis Greathouse on the 6-string bass. You'll be seeing more of him this week. Ben Nicholson, I got that right. Thanks, man, so much. Behind the boards, making it all sound so good. Deborah DeMasi is doing the lights and the camera, so thank you so much. And thanks again to everyone at Audible Images for making this possible. It's been a safe place for us to rehearse here in separate rooms, but without masks on, hearing each other so well, and able to perform here as well. It's just, I feel so lucky to be able to do this at all. So thanks so much for tuning in. We've got 4 more nights of music right here for the festival. Again, tomorrow night, it's a project called Swan Welder. It's going to be completely abstract music, so something very, very different. And Thursday will be another band called Cistern and Buckets with me singing, sort of an indie rock thing. So another change of pace for you. This last song is called Shoot the Pipe, another original tune of ours. We do have stuff up on Spotify, some videos up on YouTube. There should be links in the comments if you want to pop out and learn more about us. We definitely have a lot more recordings and other stuff coming soon. Really enjoy playing with this band. So thanks so much for hanging out with us. One more tune. This is called Shoot the Pipe. Brothers. Yep. Here we go. my friends, we are the Killifish. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Once again, from Jeff and Hollis and Ben and Deborah also helping out so much. Thank you guys. This has been super, super fun. Tomorrow night will be a change of pace. We'll be back here with Swan Welder, solo stuff. Once again, we are the Killifish. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to go home and read all your comments. Thank you again. Have a good night, everybody. See ya.